Alright, so welcome back friends, and in this tutorial we would be talking about JavaScript object as a way to store data in your quiz application here. Now instead of using a JavaScript array here, we would be using the JavaScript array of a string here. We would be using an array of JavaScript objects here, right? And this JSON JavaScript object notation is the popular data format being used nowadays. So let's remove this first. And instead of array of string, let's have an array of JavaScript object. So now, and as we know that JavaScript objects are key value pair, so let's give it a key called category, and the first category has a value, let's say science, right? So this is the first object, right? So, or this is the first item in the array, which is in the form of a JavaScript object. So let's have more items of JavaScript object in this array, right? So second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So let's change the values of categories: match, sports, let's say politics. Okay, so let's say general knowledge. NOWLEDGE, and let's say what's your favorite topic? Let's say geography. So what we've done is that instead of a string item, we have used a JavaScript object in this array, and now we want to display the value stored in the key category on our web page. So we have to do a simple tweaking here. So we'll go to the index.html file here. So now we are saying that for every category in categories, right, display the values. So now category has a reference to the these object. All right. So the object has a property called category. There's only one property in this object. So object has a property called category, and category has a value called science, and so on. So category has a value of science in the first object, and so on. So now we have to do a little tweaking here. So when we are saying category in categories, so now here we want to access the property of JavaScript object by dot notation. So now we want to say category dot category, right? And let's refresh the page here. Oops. So we are able to show the items here. Now, so this is pretty simple, but JavaScript object could have more than one property also. Let's say this object has more properties. Let's say the second key is subcategory, and the subcategory could be the value could be let's say general science. It shouldn't be equal to, it should be colon here. Okay, so let me as an example copy this in all other JavaScript object that we have stored here. Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. So now what we have done is that we have stored JavaScript object in this array called categories, and every object has two properties. The first one is the category, and the second one is the subcategory. So we have displayed this category by using category dot category, and we can also display a subcategory by using the same expression. Let's say double curly brackets, and then we want to say category dot subcategory. Let's give it some space here. Right, so now we are able to show the subcategory also. So this was an example of how you can use JavaScript object as a way to store data in your application. Now right now we are hard coding it within the app.js file, but in our future videos, in our future tutorials, we would be actually grabbing the data in the JSON format, and the data would be stored in a file, or maybe it could be in a database like MySQL or MS SQL. But we would be grabbing the data in the JSON format and then displaying the data on our web page. I hope you like this, and in our next tutorial we'll dive into into creating the functionality of our quiz application. So no more waiting now. In next tutorial we will create the functionality of our quiz. I hope you like it. Thank you so much.